Hey guys, this is Icarus. I have an update video for you guys. I'm getting a lot of requests to explain how I'm going to be setting up for the Travis Scotts that are dropping. Actually, we have a bunch of drops, but I think you can use this kind of techniques for all of them. Uh, Most of the information that I'm going to be showing you is nothing secret. You can go out and find it anywhere. Um, I'm going to pretty much be talking about the recommendations provided by EVEAIO developers in their Discord. So the best thing you want to do is you're going to want to do your research. You're going to identify what sites you want to hit, and you're going to want to know, what key Shopify sites are important for you. Probably the main one that everybody knows about, the Travis Scott sites. So this was so the CJ1 Travis Scott is what they had, and this is what you can try to hit. Travis Scott changes the websites. Lots of other sites are constantly updating, so it's a cat and mouse. But this is a good thing for you to prep and just to go over with. So what do I do when I look at a Shopify site and I want to go after it? So there's different ways. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to change lots of different options. You're going to want to have a mix of tasks. So we're going to call this Travis Scott. I'm going to put legacy, no force, and we're going to say keyword. I'm going to call watch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select a single task, and I'm going to select just a proxy, and I'm going to leave this blank. For Shopify, they have updated our site to be Travis Scott CJ1. So we're going to go ahead and select that. I don't have the shipping information. It'd be great if you did. But there you go, CJ1 Travis Scott. And if you go to the information, so you don't need a login. It supports smart checkout links, and add to carts. I don't have any variants yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to put keywords. So the cool thing about Eve is you can actually set multiple keywords. And if any of these hit, it's going to take the first one. So let me go ahead and post some of the keywords. So if you look at the keywords that you can do, so Jordan Retro Travis Scott, Jordan 1 Travis Scott, Jordan 1 TS SP, and these are the product numbers from Nike. So you'll see either -100 -not. So if you put all of these in here, those keywords are some recommendations that are being given by the developer. If you have a cook group, I would look at them and see what else they're recommending. So we're going to keep kind of the recommendations on. So we're going to say last 25 products on, legacy mode on. So this is legacy no force captcha, and we're going to select this here. And I'm going to call this watch. So if I select save, now this job that I've set up can be used as a watch task. And that means if any of these keywords hit, I can use it to kick off other jobs. So if I have an add to cart link, I can do this. I can do an add to task, and I'm going to say ATC and a size 10, and maybe I select a profile that I want, my proxy list. Let me go ahead and pick Travis Scott, and what I can do is I can put a direct link. I could do PS. I'm going to make this up, so don't actually use this. Not Travis Scott.com. You can do cart, and let's say variant number 457 something semicolon 1. That creates an add to cart. So you got to get this from someone. I don't have that. Get that from a cook group. And what I can do is I can leave all this information on, and I would go to general and I would do watch task. And what I would do here is I would go down to my intervals, and I'm going to drop this down to like 100 to 300. You can get really aggressive with this. So the idea is, if I run this, and this is running at the default 2000, so 2 seconds to 3.5 seconds, it's going to be polling. The second it sees it, it's going to kick off any other jobs. So if I'm creating a bunch of jobs, I could do this. I could do add to task, Travis Scott, AJ1, non-legacy. They actually tell you to run more non-legacies than legacies. So we're going to turn legacy off. And let's say I have a bunch of profiles and I want to, I don't know, maybe I want to run, let's do another add to cart. So we're going to do yes, CJ1 dot Travis Scott.com. Actually, it's just one S, right? So it's Travis Scott. And it's going to be cart. Put the variant number, semicolon 1, which means a quantity of 1. And what I could do is I could actually select my testing profiles. So if I select this, which is a group of profiles that I've created under the profiles section, and I'll go also to my watch, make sure that I select my watch task, I can actually hit here. This password page is up, but all these things are waiting for this to trigger. Right, so if I start this, all these jobs are going to wait, and when this one goes off, all of these will go with it. So what you can do is you can actually go ahead and have some with non-legacy, some with legacy, some with forced captcha, non-forced captcha, and you're going to want to mix the way you set things up. You're going to want to set this to a certain, like let's say you want to use a 3300 millisecond time, and you have 30 proxies. You can drop this down to like you can safely drop this down to 200, 300 milliseconds, and just like this, 200 to 350. And now this is going to be constantly polling my site over and over and over. And these don't go, but as soon as this thing finds something, all these are going to take off and run. You're going to want to make sure your captchas have several. If you're running a lot of tasks, and they all can hit at the same time, you're going to want to run a lot of these. Let's see. I guess that's pretty much it. It's pretty short and sweet. There's really not much to it. Things you need to figure out. You're going to want to find if you can use an add to cart link. That seems to be the fastest. I have heard that Shopify is catching up to add to cart links, so you're going to want to run keywords also. So, I may actually, duplicate this task, and so I can dupe this task. I'm going to go to edit it, remove the watch because it's not going to be a watch task. I'm going to select watch, and I'm going to run the same keywords, and I'm going to, I don't care if it's a random size, grab me anything you want, and I can drop this to 100 to 300 and get really aggressive. One thing that I've seen is make sure you put payment resubmissions up to 6. What will happen is if this page gets slammed right away and the payment process is failing, not because of you, this will keep going and kind of cycle through, and the maxes you can do is 6. So they recommend leaving this at 6. Capture request is prioritization. If you want to, you can leave it. You can change that. Just leave that at 0 for me. And that's what I'm going to do. You can always test keywords and see if anything comes up. There's a password page up. It's not coming up for anything. But you're going to set a bunch of these. That's pretty much it. I hope this helped. Oh, look at this. This one didn't go. Oh, because I forgot to do watch task. Save and start. So there it goes. So now it's going to sit there and wait for the watch task. These haven't gotten up. So what you'll see is It tried to get the token, but it realized that the password page is up, so it's just sitting. Let's go to the log. This didn't seem, this is a password page up, but it's still cycling through stuff until I gave it the just watch task. So anyways, what else can you do? Let's talk about, I'm just trying to think. You could create another task and not run watch task. All right. And sorry, let's dupe this task. Dupe this task. We're gonna edit this. We'll remove from here. Let's see. You can make sure the watch task is off. And if you know a site's gonna happen, like let's say you're gonna run against I don't know if Keith is dropping online. You can do like a prepare session. And what that'll do is, actually, let's go ahead and change that to Kith. So we'll do Kith and save that. And we're going to prepare session. So the edit doesn't always work. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop this, duplicate it, edit Kith, keywords. There we go, duplicate. And we're going to prepare session here. What it'll do is it will go ahead and generate your bypass for you up front. So if you don't have a bypass link, this is the way you can get one easily. And you leave this as ready, and then right before the drop happens, you go ahead and hit start, and it'll go and it'll try to run. So that's something you're always going to want to do. If you're not running watch tasks or you're scheduling items, that's another way to do things. Let's talk about scheduling. So if you go to settings and you turn on Shopify Smart Schedule, you can enable that. What I like to do is I like to run a job well before password page comes up, and then I can start it 3 to 10 seconds before, like something like that. And we'll leave that. And then if I was to, let's duplicate this task and schedule this task. Let's say we make this at 12 o'clock. I'm going to Kith tends to drop at 10, but we'll say 12 o'clock. You schedule it. There's a scheduled job. Oh, it's actually set. I forgot to change the date. So let's stop this. Let's schedule start. 5:09. You want to do the next day. So I'm going to say 12. So this will be 12 tomorrow. Oh, whatever. 12:57. And hit schedule. It will start running now. So it's only 9:57. So around 180 minutes before, what it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and actually prepare a session and then run. So it'll do the prepare session for you 180 minutes before, and then 10 seconds before it'll kick it off for you. That's another option. All right. I was just rambling, just some stuff off the top of my head. I hope this helps. Good luck on the Travis Scott drop, and let me know if you want to see anything else. All right. Thanks, guys.